back to another episode of Muddy River Catfishing. A while back I did a couple of episodes trying to help you understand how a river works and how to follow the current, find the holes. And now I'm over here at a smaller stream. And a smaller stream works a little bit different. It doesn't have that main current that'll run through from bank to bank like the bigger river does. It has three parts to it, basically. You'll have a run, you'll have what they call a riffle, and you'll have the hole. And these three series, they will repeat themselves throughout. Now you can have, you can have a run that runs maybe a mile or 2 miles, and then the riffle, and then the hole, and then the repetition. But it just varies on the composition of the subgrade of the stream that you're fishing. Now, where I'm standing right here, right behind me, is what you would call a run. And I'll show it to you. Okay, so this is a run. It's typical, and as far as you can see out that way, it's all the same. It's fairly shallow, and it's shallow because we have a lack of water right now, but the water that you're going to find in a run, it's going to be the same average depth. It's going to be uniform, and the flow is going to be the same throughout. That's a run. Oh, that's the run. Alright, so I've showed you the run. You will find fish in the run. It's a good place to fish. What I like to do on the run is I'll look for little areas that have maybe like a partial cove or a little eddy or something, and I'll fish in there in those little slack waters. But even in the main run, you're going to have fish that are moving back and forth and scavenging and looking around, seeing what they can find. So let's move to what's called the riffle. Let's go check that out. Alright, so now I've moved down, and I'm talking, maybe about 30 yards from where I was just standing. And we're right at the start of the riffle. Now, what the riffle is, it's fast moving water. Shallow, it's fast, shallow moving water that's it's just cutting across. And it's probably not going to hold fish. Now, it depends on the area that you're fishing, but where I'm at right now, this riffle, I'm talking, you're looking at maybe 6 inches of water, 8 inches of water. Now, what causes a riffle? Okay, you have your run, which is coming down. Now the subgrade of the run here is mud. It's a clay-like mud. But right here where I'm standing, something happens. The subgrade changes. It turns into rock. Now the water can't flow as smooth over the rock as it does the mud. So what happens is it gets shallow and it moves fast. So let me show you what the riffle looks like. Let me show you right here. It's a perfect example. I mean, you're looking right here. It's all mud. Clay-like mud all the way. And that's how that whole run is. It's nothing but mud. That's partially why that's where I got the name Muddy River Catfishing, because this area that I fish is really muddy, and you can sink up to your knees in that mud. But right here, something changes. You see this rock, and if you look over there, you see all that rock. And if you look out there, you see how fast the water's starting to move compared to where we are in the run. The water's moving much faster, and it's all because it's flowing over these rocks. All this is rock. Okay, so now you understand how the riffle starts. It's the run hitting hard bottom and turning shallow and running faster over the top of that rock or solid base of whatever's underneath that stream of yours that you're fishing in. So once it flows over and it runs out of rock, that's where the hole starts. So let's go to the hole and you can see that. Alright, so I'm right at about the end of the riffle. Now what happens here is the water flowing over the rock suddenly finds soft ground again. Since the water is moving fast and it finds that soft ground, it carves out a hole, and you're going to find a pretty deep or fairly deep hole always at the end of a riffle. So this is where catfish hold. That's where they in colder temperatures they look for the deeper water. So anytime you're looking for catfish that are holding, you'll find them in a hole. When they're out and about, they're active, you'll find them more so in the run. But depending on the depth of the riffle that you're in is whether or not you're going to find fish there. I know that I could fish here and I'll never catch a fish in this riffle, but like I said, it's only 6 to 8 inches deep. So let me show you the end of this riffle and where the hole is starting. It's right behind me. So obviously you can see that there's not as much rock, and it's starting to turn into mud. And you've got that fast moving water coming around that bend there. And as that water hits that soft mud, it carves out the hole. So once that water slows down, and it's going to be probably just a little further back than what I can catch on video here. But once it slows down and starts kind of churning, that's where your hole's going to be. You can see that the water's already slowing over there. You can see that smooth spot of water, which tells me it's probably deeper over there. So your chances for fishing in a hole like this are pretty good. And knowing what you know now from this video, you'll know that it's going to be deeper there. Alright, so this is my little explanation on a run, a riffle, and a hole, and that's the sequence that it is, and I showed it to you right here. So whenever you're fishing on the stream, look for a run, look for the riffle, you'll find the hole, fish the riffle, fish the holes and fish the runs, and you should be in good shape. So as always, take care, and we'll see you next time.